Certain viewers may find some scenes disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Brianna Maitland was born on October 8, 1986, in Vermont to Bruce and Kelly Maitland. She lived with her parents and little brother Waylon, whose home was within walking distance of the Canadian border. They lived off the grid, relying on solar and water power and burning wood for heat. Brianna grew up with a rural lifestyle, spending lots of time outside, hunting and snowmobiling. But as she got older, the rural lifestyle became more isolating for her as she dreamed of more freedom and a social life. Her father, Bruce, was having marriage troubles and considered moving out of the house, and Brianna planned to follow him, but in the end, he decided to stay, and so did she. In October 2003, Brianna moved out of her family's house and stayed with friends and sometimes her boyfriend, James. Her parents more or less approved of her decision. She occasionally slept in her car, but she eventually stayed with her childhood friend, Jillian, and Jillian's father in Shelburne. Brianna left high school months later, and at 17 years old, she got a job at a restaurant to support herself and started working towards getting her GED. On Friday, March 19, 2004, Brianna spent some time with her mother, Kelly. They had breakfast together before Brianna went to take a math test at the Community College of Vermont, the final step she needed to take to earn her GED. Brianna aced the test and was in good spirits. After the test, she went shopping with her mother in St. Albans. According to her mother, Kelly, she noticed her daughter's mood shifting in the afternoon. Reasons for her shift in mood are unknown. Perhaps she was feeling antsy about work, or she was agitated by someone. 2:45 p.m., Brianna's mother dropped her at Jillian's house so Brianna could get ready for work. Before she left, Brianna left a note for Jillian to let her know that she was out at work and provided the phone number to the Black Lantern Inn where the restaurant was located. In the late evening hours of March 19, 2004, Brianna was finishing her shift at a restaurant at the cozy Black Lantern Inn in Montgomery, Vermont, a small, quiet town near the Canadian border. There was nothing significant about her shift. She did all of her tasks as a dishwasher, where she spent most of her time in the kitchen. Her co-workers would usually go out for drinks after the restaurant closed, but she told them that she couldn't stay because she had a second job at a diner in St. Albans and had an early shift the next morning. She punched out of work at 11:20 p.m. She left the restaurant in a pale green 1985 Oldsmobile 88. This is where and when she was last seen. Around 1:15 in the afternoon on Saturday, March 20th, 2004, a Vermont state trooper had been dispatched for a report of an abandoned car. What he found was an old, vintage car backed into the side of an abandoned farmhouse called the Dutch Burn House, a mile away from the restaurant where she worked. The front tires of the car were cut hard to the driver's side. The lights were off, and the doors were closed but unlocked. The trooper found loose change and a necklace at the scene, but no car keys were found. As he investigated further, he found 2 paychecks from the Black Lantern Inn addressed to Brianna Maitland. The trooper called for a tow truck and visited the Black Lantern Inn, but the restaurant was closed. It took several days for anyone to realize that the vehicle was connected to Brianna's disappearance, as she was not reported missing by friends and family yet. Initially, police did not suspect any foul play. There have been no recent sightings of Brianna, but there have been reports of her being seen at a New Jersey casino. However, these reports were not verified. In 2012, investigators looked into whether she might have been a victim of serial killer Israel Keyes, but it was ruled out. Her father, Bruce, has been working with private investigators who have spent years searching for answers. Bruce has since moved out of state and started a non-profit to help families of missing persons hire private investigators. At the time of her disappearance, Brianna Maitland was 5'4", 105 pounds, and she had brown hair, hazel eyes, a nose stud, and a scar on her forehead near her left eyebrow. Ashley Summers was born on June 16, 1993, in Cleveland, Ohio. She came from a large, close-knit family that lived in the west of Cleveland. She often stayed over at the homes of her extended relatives. She was a typical, rebellious teenager who dealt with some chaos in her family, but everyone cared very deeply about each other. But in the weeks leading up to her disappearance, she got into a disagreement with her mother over a tattoo she got of a heart with the name Jean, the name of her boyfriend. Her step-grandmother said that Ashley also took rent money from her mother's drawer, which led to more arguments. She later moved in with a relative so tensions between her and her mother could cool down. Her family became concerned when they had not seen or heard from her days after she was last seen around July 7th to 8th, 2007. They reported her missing to the Cleveland Department of Police on July 11th. Ashley was 14 years old at the time of her disappearance. Her family started putting up flyers, but someone was taking them down. They even thought they spotted her at night, as there were reports that she had cut her hair and dyed it blonde. Her family tried following the girl, but she disappeared down an alley and they lost her. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children alerted the FBI Cleveland field office about Ashley's case, and they joined the investigation in 2008. Her mother made a plea to the public for anyone with information about her daughter to come forward and contact the Cleveland FBI. Ashley is deeply missed and loved. Her mysterious disappearance has left our family in pieces. The police initially reported Ashley as a runaway because of tensions between her and her family, but her family didn't believe she would run away on her own accord. At the time of her disappearance, another missing girl, Gina De Jesus, who was around the same age as Ashley, went missing from the west side of Cleveland. Gina was one of 3 women who were held hostage by Ariel Castro in 2013. There was speculation that Ashley could have been one of his victims, but no evidence supported this. Gina, along with Amanda Berry, escaped the infamous House of Horrors. After years of intense investigation and tips, there was no break in the case. At the time of her disappearance, Ashley Summers was 5'5", 130 pounds, and she has brown hair, blue eyes, and a tattoo on her upper right arm with the name Jean in black ink over a red heart. She would be 31 years old today. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.